Hi, and welcome to day 41 of our 40 days through the Gospel of John. Now, I know you think I can't count, but I always wanted the 40 days to line up with the Easter story. But what that also means is we've got some of John left to go. And also, forgive my voice, I'm struggling with a cold at the moment. Let me give you a few extra days so we can finish the Gospel of John, because it deserves completion. I'm looking at John chapter 20, and I want to encourage you to read the whole of the chapter. It's not too long. I want you to see throughout this chapter, there's a lot of Jesus appearing to people. Jesus has been crucified. We've had the day in between of waiting. We've had the resurrection. And in John 20, we see that Peter and John head towards the tomb and don't find Jesus. The time isn't right. Remember that. Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb, meets an angel, and then Jesus appears to Mary. He reveals himself to her. That's in the morning. In the evening, Jesus appears to the disciples. That's where Peter and John actually get to meet Jesus. Not in the morning when they went, but in the evening. That was when the time was right. Thomas misses it. Thomas isn't there for this. Thomas has all these questions and doubts and wonderings. We read in verse 26 that a week later, Jesus appears to Thomas. And when you see in all these appearances that Jesus makes himself known to different people at different times, but at the right time. And as you think about this Easter that's just happened, maybe you know someone who's been touched by the Easter story. That's great, wonderful, praise God. But maybe you've got someone who you really want to meet Jesus, who it hasn't happened yet. There's a right time. There's a right time when Jesus will make himself known to them. Hang on in there. Maybe you know someone who's seeking and searching and looking for Jesus. They're staring into the empty tomb going, where is he? He will appear to them. The end of this chapter 20, John says this about the very book that he's written. He says, these things are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. That's why the book was written. That's why Jesus appears to people. That's why Jesus makes himself known, so that we would believe. So I want to tell you, hopefully you've got one, two, maybe quite a few people who you are desperate to meet Jesus. Hang on in there. The timing will come. The right moment will come. Jesus will have every single person who he's determined to have into his family. We read this earlier in John, I think it was in John 7 or 8, where he says, all that the Father has for me will come to me. This day will come. And if it didn't happen on Easter Sunday, it doesn't happen on Easter Monday, maybe it's a week later, a month later, a year later, I don't know. But Jesus will meet them. Keep praying for them. Have a great day.